We go now from church to a library.
A 14-year-old boy is recovering tonight, and another is in custody after a shooting outside the Lorain Library's main branch Saturday night.
News 5's Catherine Ross tells us the violence is now sparking calls for change.
It comes as a shock to Lorain Library visitors.
I come to this library a couple times a week. I always feel safe here.
The library was closed Saturday evening when violence broke out just steps away from the building. Police responded to the library parking lot for a reported shooting around 8 p.m.
They were waved over by bystanders to a male who had appeared to have sustained a gunshot wound to the chest, torso.
That victim was just 14 years old. He's still recovering from serious injuries. Surveillance video helped identify another 14-year-old boy as the suspect. He was arrested and a gun was recovered during a traffic stop a few hours later.
Thankfully, it's not super common that 14-year-olds are involved in shooting crimes. It does happen. It's not necessarily unheard of, but it is rather the exception rather than the rule.
Police tell us they're still investigating what led up to the shooting and why the teen had access to a gun. It's a question some in the community pose.
It's just a shame. It's a shame they have guns and that it's just a shame that happened.
Others tell us they're not necessarily surprised.
It's low-key sad that the streets got to be like that sometimes. It's low-key hard out here, especially when you're in the hood. Man, you just got to learn how to survive, and sometimes you do things that lead up to situations like that.
Police say the violence is alarming.
It's a sign and a symptom that, we need to pay attention, and maybe even some of our intervention efforts need to take place even sooner than 14.
Captain Jacob Morris says the department tries to be a positive influence with young people, but it takes a community effort.
In this situation, we have a juvenile. One is in the hospital and one is in the detention home. Neither one of those scenarios is a great scenario for either kid. And at the end of the day, they are kids. There's a lot of potential that's still there.
In a letter to families Monday, Lorain City Schools said is making additional counselors available at the middle schools and increasing security presence across the district. That suspected shooter is being held at the Lorain County Juvenile Detention Facility on felonious assault charges. Police say other charges are still possible. In Lorain, Catherine Ross, News 5.